Alright guys, so this is my Albaz Strike competitive deck. It uses 3 copies of the Albaz Strike deck, so you can get your hands on it. You can play this deck. It's pretty affordable, so it'll definitely help you guys out if you're looking to get into a competitive game but you don't want to spend a lot of money like me. So, without further ado, let's go. This is my first ever video, and this is my deck profile. So we start off just 1 copy of Albion the Shrouded Dragon, and yeah, if you want, you can substitute some other cards on this list, like some hand traps for it, to get out 2 copies of it. Personally, I believe you're not really going to need this in large quantities because you're going to be playing a lot of you're going to play 2 copies of Fallen of Albaz anyway. So, it's kind of its own Fallen of Albaz, basically, when it's in the graveyard. So, next you're going to play 2 copies of Fallen of Albaz. So, that's absolutely crucial to this deck. Next up, 3 copies of Springand's Kit. Very important. Got a lot of inspiration from Team Samurai X1 for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope it helps you out. So, 3 copies of Springand's Kit. Next up, we're going to have 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Mer Carrier. Very important. 1 copy of Summoner Monk. You can play more if you want. He doesn't really deserve 2 copies, especially due to the fact that there's so many other ways to get out your boss monsters that he's not really your main search engine in this deck. Very good, helpful card is Keeper of Dragon Magic. If you have this card in your hand, you basically win the duel. Instantly searches out here Branded Fusion, and that is basically how you win, and that's very crucial to this deck. 3 copies, Ghost Over and Snow Rabbit. You can, like I said before, replace one of these cards with maybe an extra Summoner Monk or an extra Albion. I recommend going with the exact profile I'm saying, because hand traps are pretty important, and you're going to want to have them in large quantities, especially because this deck doesn't really have much negation. So these are going to really help you in the long term. 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Oh, sorry. I guess there was 2 copies of Summoner Monk. My bad. You're going to want 2 copies of Branded Lost. Moving on to the spells. So that was it for the monster cards. And don't forget 2 copies of Summoner Monk. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Let me just get these out of the way. Now then. 2 copies of Branded Lost. 3 copies of Branded Fusion. Very important. 1 copy of Call by the Grave. Obviously limited. Use it wisely. Branded in white. 2 copies. Pot of Extravagance. We want 3 copies of that. Also very good. Gold Sarcophagus. Great. You won't 100% need it because, like I said before, search engines are pretty much throughout this deck. So the chances of you relying on Gold Sarcophagus to get out Branded Fusion are very low. You'd have to have a terrible hand, and probably most likely won't happen. Branded Bond, very important spell card. For your traps, we don't play many, but you're gonna want Branded Sword. Warning point, there can be only 1, 2 copies of that. 2 copies, there can be only 1. Screams of the Branded Retribution, and another copy of Warning Point. So 2 copies of Warning Point, sorry about that. Moving on to the extra deck. Extra deck consists of 3 copies of Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is your boss, so take good care of him. 3 copies, bam. Yeah! Next up, because you won't lose ever with this deck. I'm playing around. It's not the best deck in terms of competitive, but I still think it's fun. And you don't want to play Tearlaments. Come on, dude. It's 2023. Who plays Tearlaments? So, Albion, the Branded Dragon. 3 copies. Sprint. 3 copies. Very important to play 3 copies of Sprint. Lubellion. Very important. 3 copies. Regran the Glory Dragon. And 2 copies of Titanclad. Brigand doesn't really matter that much. He's more of like, one of the single cards. Probably not going to get to summon him that much. You really want to get out Lubellion, because Lubellion is very crucial to a lot of your plays. Just make sure that you do that. So for combos, as that goes, basically all you want to do is just get Branded Fusion, then summon Lubellion, activate his effect to then summon a different guy. It could be, maybe Albion or even Mirror Jade, to then get out another one of those monsters, and then it starts a chain, and eventually you get a good board. So really your goal is just to use their summoning effects to try to get out as much fusion monsters as possible. This deck isn't the greatest, like I said before, but it will stand a decent chance against some meta decks. So obviously, Tearlaments, this deck is going down, but if you're playing Tearlaments in 2023, what are you doing? Seriously, bro, Konami's gotta fix that. Tearlaments, yuck. Ooh. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around on this video. See you next time, and I should be probably posting maybe next week or something. I'll try to make more videos. Since this is my first one, you guys can notify me if it helped you out. Please, that'd be really cool. So, bye, and see you next week on the next deck profile. I think I'm probably going to do maybe another structure deck profile. Probably on... Actually, I'm not really sure. I'll have to look. Just in the comments, tell me what structure decks you really like and see what kind of competitive decks you want to make with those structure decks. Just tell me that. I could probably work something out. I think, yeah, no, that's the end of the video. Bye.